What are the odds of a JT Miller or equivalent trade to attempt to save the season, or is Chris Drury essentially punting until the offseason? Paul, Colette, and Jim Moon.
Well, Paul and Jim, thanks for the question. Those are really difficult to do. I think that is, what are you giving up? Those are big splashes, and the reason you see fewer and fewer of these blockbusters in season is because of what teams are at with the cap, how many teams are close to the cap, and you need a dance partner and you need assets to go back the other way. But in the Miller,
theoretically, it would be Mika, right? I mean, it's money.
Yeah,
it would be money for money.
Term too.
Is that something that Vancouver would take a look at? With we're hearing about their issues in the room that seem to be pretty bitter.
Yeah.
JT has a no move, right? And supposedly he said he'll only waive it to come back to New York.
Really?
So Vancouver may be in a desperate situation too. But does Mika Zibanejad want to move to Vancouver? I don't know.
I mean, it's all from Vancouver's perspective. It's like, well, we got Pettersson, who we know can play a lot better. Maybe we bring over a countryman. But again, it's not Xbox, it's not fantasy.
No, it's not. This is fantasy.
Armchair GM mode.
Fantasy hockey stuff. JT is, knew JT when he was here the first time. I like him a lot. I liked him a lot.
Love him.
Right. If he and I thought, and I think we talked about this. I think 2 years ago, right, when he was, or in 2022, when there was talk, I would have given up the moon to get him, but Vancouver, instead of trading him, signed him to the long-term deal, because I thought at that point, looking at 21-22 team, JT Miller might have been the final piece. He brings such a different element to the team than they have. He's his swagger, his brashness, his
abrasive.
And you know what, people. I remember watching him when he was here, young. What a great passer! I honestly, one of the great passers I've seen in a long, long time.
Well, look at his numbers.
Yeah,
he look at his numbers, and he's abrasive, and he's a fiery fella. He's
Yeah, Rangers could use a little bit more of that